I did not know that this was a thing, and they proudly posted this on their Twitter page. A video where women proudly dismantle and beat up James Bond to teach him how to be a man properly. Did these people really just pull a war within where the whole world came together and laughed at how absolutely diabolically bad the story of that thing was and how much damage they had done? And then they said, yeah, we're gonna do the same. Just watch this. Yeah, it's pretty short, but this is the tutorial, but this is without question. Look at this. Look at this. You see, so she completely ragdoll him and beats her up. You can tell that this is the woman because she's wearing the same costume as that and no one else is. And then she's running and you're struggling here in the middle, and then she probably, I don't know, gives you water and says, you need training, and I will show you how to be a man. Absolutely great. And in B4, by the way, the typical people who have problems distinguishing reality from fiction come in and say, oh, well, that's because she's an actual trained spy. Bro, do you want me to link you UFC clips where professional combatant women are fighting average men who have no combat sports experience and they're absolutely just destroying them? Do we need to go there? Because I will. I goddamn will. In any case, boys, 007 First Light is officially a complete disaster, if you were wondering. It failed. In fact, it has now officially failed so unbelievably hard that, yeah, IO Interactive is not gonna be making it any longer. 00 First Light sequels will be done by MGM and theoretically by Amazon Game Studios. And Amazon Game Studios is where things go to die. And Amazon Movie Studios is where also things go to die. In any case, the successful James Bond, as some people are calling, Endymion in specific, what a absolute... Bruh, Endymion, great guy, friend of the channel, absolute clown sometimes, but great guy, I talk with him a lot. You know, we're besties, it is what it is. You know? It's insane. So this game did so well that they're giving up on the IP and just giving it to Amazon Games to make. This is just absolutely hilarious. You need to understand how poorly something actually needs to perform for this to happen. And we know it's bad, okay? The current only real estimate for sales that we have is this 2.2 million, done by this the Alina Inside newsletter Lamau, not even a fake analyst firm like your typical garbage, but the newsletter, okay? And this one is hilarious because they're claiming that 55% of the players are on PlayStation. I shit you not, boys. I shit you not. PlayStation is supposed to have 2 times more players on 007 First Light than Steam. This is what they are unironically claiming. I am so tired of these Twitter accounts just spewing false things and, you know, people claiming to be analysts. I had to lie on my resume a lot to become an analyst. I deserve my fake Purple Heart, okay? I deserve my stolen valor. These people, they don't. They're horrible at it. In any case, 11% Xbox. Now that's just funny. And the reason that we know that obviously Steam is the biggest, because even Marathon sold 80%, 70%, 70 to 80% of its all sales on Steam. And that was supposed to be a PlayStation game. And PlayStation barely scraped 10%, a little bit more than Xbox. And now they're claiming that a PC fucking game has sold on PlayStation almost 2 times better than on Steam. Wow. You just gotta admit, wow, in situations like this. And it's funny because we can actually kind of check this. This is a thing through trophies. We don't have real statistics of actual numbers, but we do have a lot of things that aggregate enough people to create a viable sample size, so we know what's happening in the bigger scheme of things. So here are the top 40 PlayStation Play charts for the week ending of May 31st. So this has nothing to do with what's currently happening. So this is not effectively counting this drop. So in these charts, it's actually going to represent First Light even better. So we have Fortnite, EA Sports, Roblox, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, blah blah blah, GTA, Rocket League, which is strange, Minecraft, Marvel Rivals, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. So, the reason why I actually do think that these things are legit is because we do have decent Microsoft sources for this from Microsoft themselves with Xbox. And yeah, this is the same. This is pretty much almost the same as it typically looks. A couple of things are here and there different, but this is typically how it looks for Xbox also. And we have now at 11 007 First Light, which doesn't make which is technically you would think not bad, but you need to understand how little people on consoles play. Okay? You need to understand, after the top 10, you're not even looking at 10k concurrent players. You're not looking at 10k concurrent players. This was the first week at Steam, 71k concurrent players. And now it's rank 11? So this means it's probably not even hitting 10k concurrent players. And this is PlayStation, so it could actually be even worse. We know that everything below rank 10 on Xbox is anywhere from 2 to 10k players, which is a pretty big margin, honestly, but it's really bad no matter how you slice it. So we know that First Light is not out for fucking hell. First Light can't beat Marvel Rivals, but I mean, granted, this is just one source. We can look at another source, top 100 for the last 7 days, and this is another tracker, but this is a smaller size, okay? And it currently has 00 First Light ranked at 4, which is kind of strange because when you do by hours played, I mean, it's at 4 here, yes, but when you look at something like players, it's not hitting. So hours played, yes. Player count, absolutely no. And it puts it at a pretty low rank. What is this? 3, 6. This is like rank 14 or something. Okay, sessions played, 00 First Light. Again, this is not good. This is pretty much almost the same as this. It puts it almost in the same things. And Marvel Rivals, actually look at how Marvel Rivals is doing. Let's see how Marvel Rivals is doing. Okay, so this is 40k on Steam. Well, not 40k. Actually, Marvel Rivals is doing still hella good. So this is actually very equivalent to this. And again, they want you to believe that PlayStation actually has sold double the amount of First Light, which is impossible. It's the minority. We know just from, come on, Marathon, why? We know just from already the confirmed sales that it looks like Steam is the majority platform because of how long the graphs were like this. So we know that pretty much to be true. We had the unofficial announcement of 1.5 million copies sold, and this was almost a week ago at this point. And if you look at the official Twitter page, surprise, surprise, there is no announcement of 3 million copies sold. And 3 million copies sold is the bare super minimum that they need to sell to even start to consider breaking even. The reality is that they probably need 4.5-ish million copies to call this a success. So they're not reaching it. If they got 3 million sales, they would have posted. And considering the 1.5 million copies sold was literally, by the way, literally in 24 hours, as they say. It seems very strange that they haven't in now what is 2 weeks, 2 weekish? Yeah, no, it's not actually 2 weeks. This is a week and a couple of days. So they haven't sold 3 million copies in now 2.5 weeks. But they sold 1.5 million copies in 24 hours. That means that they have completely collapsed. The sales are over. This is a disaster. Otherwise, again, they would never have sold this to Amazon Studio. Well, not sold this, probably forced to give away. Because Amazon Studios does not care about money. We know that for sure. So, yeah, it's a disaster. 007 First Light has been officially completely go broke. Go broke. It is what it is, boys. Anyway, have a nice day. Bye.